Guys, what's up? Tori here. So sorry the lighting isn't like great. Hold on, I'm gonna close my laptop so that way my laptop screen's not in my face. But yeah, so I'm just doing this video. It's a little bit later in the evening to let you guys know I am leaving for vacation tomorrow. Woohoo! Vacation. I had my last day of work for the week today. TGIF. Oh my goodness, it's been one of those weeks at work. The kids have just been crazy, and it's been a week. It hasn't been bad, it's just been like hectic and insane, that's all. But yes, so we're leaving for vacation tomorrow. It's our yearly trip to go up north to stay at a cottage. We do it every year. So we leave tomorrow to go on vacation. I'm so excited. And it just kind of gave me the idea to talk about, like, what do I do for vacations and when I plan to go on vacations, and also to kind of give you guys ideas on what you can do for vacations if you are also a weight loss surgery patient, or just someone in general, you know, trying to watch their weight or be healthier or whatever. So basically, my biggest piece of advice for planning a vacation and staying like on track is just do a lot of planning ahead. Every vacation is obviously different. Some vacations you eat out 90% of the time. Other vacations you take your own food. This particular vacation, we take all of our own food, so we don't go out to eat at all. The only time we will probably go out to eat will be on our way home. We'll stop for breakfast, and that's literally the only time we'll be out to eat at all the whole trip. Otherwise, we just will be eating there. Now, granted, we do take some unhealthy stuff with us. Like, a bunch of us have made like bars and goodies and fattening stuff to take up north, and there's always like tons of chips and snacky things. Like there is a lot of unhealthy stuff, but my family is also very big on trying to be as healthy as possible, so there's also lots of healthy stuff. And I personally am bringing some of my own personal things to use up north. Like, I'm not taking a ton, but I am taking a few things that are just going to be like my things to use. And like I said, it's just a lot of planning ahead and doing what works for you. Now, for me, when I stay, like, for me, the best way to stay on track and to keep doing good is routine. I am such a routine person. If I nail down a routine and stick to a good routine, I tend to succeed and continue to do well. Like, lately, I've been doing really good weight-wise. Like, I've either, like, been losing or maintaining. The last couple weeks, I've pretty much just been maintaining. And I've been doing really good because I've just been keeping a good solid routine, and that's been the biggest thing. So for me, that's what the biggest thing is. And going on vacation always throws off my routine, and it always makes me so worried about gaining a ton. So my goal for vacation is just to maintain. Like, I'm not looking to lose weight while on vacation. I just want to maintain and not gain anything. Or if I do gain something, it's nothing than more like 0.8 pounds or something. Like, you know, it's not even a full pound that I gain, you know what I mean? So for me, it's just sticking to as much routine as possible. So that means sticking to my pretty high protein, low carb diet, and I'm also going to even try to maintain my exercise routine as well, as much as I can. Obviously, I won't have a gym to go to because basically where we stay is like in the middle of nowhere, so there's obviously no gym available for me to use. Even though I do go to Planet Fitness, and there's like Planet Fitnesses everywhere, there's no Planet Fitness around up there because it's in the middle of nowhere pretty much. So, but I also have been going for runs, for a run a lot. So I do have kind of a little idea planned for going for a run in the mornings, weather permitting, obviously. So saying that it's not raining, or saying that it's not like blistering hot, because there's always a possibility of that this time of year. Because if it's blistering hot, I cannot run when it's super, super hot out. Like, I get worn out way too fast, and it makes breathing harder. It's so much more difficult when it's super, super hot out. Like, and I just don't feel as great about it when it's super hot out. So, as long as weather permits, I plan on going for a run. But we are fairly active while we're up there too. You know, we're swimming and sea-doing and doing lots of fun things. So activity wise, I feel pretty confident, and then eating wise, that's the only thing that will be like, ugh, there's going to be so much temptation around. But I am just basically going to do my absolute best to maintain my current diet and to eat as low carb as possible. God, I got the hiccups, sorry. Stay as low carb as possible and eat as high protein as possible. So I'm gonna try to, and I'm basically into like, there is gonna be treats and goodies and stuff, and I will have a little bit of junk here and there, but I'm going to try to be as minimal about it as possible and just enjoy it a little bit here and there, so that way I enjoy it and I can enjoy the treat, but I don't overindulge. So that's kind of my go-to plan at this point. Will I be successful? That is to be determined, because I am always very big on like, I have this great genius plan in my mind and it doesn't, and then I go to put it in action and I tend to fail. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I am not perfect at this whatsoever. Like, I'm gonna be very real, I am not perfect at it, and I want to be honest with you guys about that, because to me, honesty is the best thing when it comes to weight loss. And I am not perfect at this. I have had bad weeks. I have had weeks where I've gone and stood on the scale and gained 3 pounds in a week, and I'm like, what the world am I doing with myself? Like, you know, it's just a matter of what you do with it when you do have that, and how you get yourself back on track and get yourself back going again. So, and I'll admit, for a while there, like, I had a rough patch with my weight going like back and forth, and I like was not getting myself on track, and I was like, oh my word, like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I get back on track? And then eventually I did get back on track, and I'm where I'm at now. But and I have ups and downs all the time, I'll be real and honest. Like, I've had moments where I have gained a little weight back, but it's just a matter of figuring myself out and getting myself back on track. So yeah, basically I just have things as planned out in my head as I can. Like, I know pretty much what we're going to be eating for all of our meals. Like, I know like there's going to be a night where we'll have barbecue, and I have some ground turkey I'm taking up to eat, so that way we can make some with ground turkey instead of ground beef, because beef also just does not sit good in my stomach. It's so heavy in my stomach, like it just hurts, like it almost like gives me like cramps, like bad. So like I have some ground turkey I'm gonna take up, and like I plan on, you know, like I have kind of like plans in my mind for how I'm gonna eat and stuff, and I do have that pretty much in my mind and figured out. So I'm gonna do my absolute best, and my goal is just to maintain my weight while I'm on vacation and to not gain anything on vacation. So that's my goal, that's what I'm aiming for, crossing fingers that that's what happens. And that's just my biggest piece of advice to you guys, is just plan ahead for your trips. And if you know you're going to be on a trip where you're going to be eating out a lot, do some research on where you're going to be staying and on the types of restaurants that are around, and figure out, you know, good places to go eat, and like look at menus and ahead of time and be like, you know, this is what I can order and stuff. If you're staying at a hotel and you know they're gonna have a continental breakfast, see if you can figure out what their continental breakfast is. If it's just a bunch of like carby stuff, then maybe, hey, okay, I'm gonna make a bunch of like hard-boiled eggs and take some of those, so at least have something that has protein in it, or whatever, you know. Just do lots of research ahead of time and plan things out ahead of time. You know, if you know you're staying in a hotel, maybe try to see if you find a hotel that has a little gym so you can do a little bit exercising, or has a pool so you can do some swimming or whatever. You know, if you're looking to keep yourself on track. I know some of you are like, vacation is meant for indulging, so if I gain a little bit on vacation, I'll just lose it when I get home. Some people are cool with that. Me, I get so afraid of getting completely derailed while I'm on vacation that I'll have a hard time getting back on track once I get home. So, and that's just because I'm such a routine person. So I'm just hoping that if I stick to as much of a routine as possible while I'm on vacation, then when I get home, it won't be as much of an adjustment. So that's kind of my hopes that I have for myself, and hopefully this helps you guys as well for planning your own vacations and how to stick to your healthy eating while on vacations. It's just a matter of doing the best you can, and if you don't do great, don't beat yourself up for it. It's just a vacation. It's a one-time thing. Like, it's a matter of when you get back from that vacation, and if you're able to get yourself back on track and stuff, and just do what works for you. And you know, if you do gain a little bit over vacation, don't completely beat yourself up. I know I'm terrible about beating myself up. Whenever I have a gain on the scale, I beat myself up so bad over it, and I get so angry, and I literally will like just be completely pissed at myself over it. So I know how that is. I am terrible about beating myself up whenever I have a gain. I mean, I guess one positive is it does force me to kick my rear back into gear quite often, but yeah, so just some vacation tips for all you weight loss surgery people, or even just people wanting to stick to healthy routines and diets and things like that. I love you guys so much. Be sure to keep following me on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat, because I will post to those as much as I can while I'm on vacation, just so you guys get a little taste of the things I'm doing and enjoying. And that kind of thing. And I will see you guys when I get back. Have a great week. Love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.